When Jake's at the line there, you might as well just put 2 points up on the board.
That's
94% free throw shooter this season.
That's second in all of NAIA Division II. As we get our first look at Cedric Smith into the game for the Jamestown Jimmies. On right wing, this is Paxton Lloyd for Valley City State. And Matt Croplin for three. It's short. Here's Hagler, the board. Up ahead to Tucker. Breakwon finding an open man in the corner. It's Sam Johnson. Johnson, a 44% three-point shooter coming off his season-high 18 last game against McMurray. We've got a timeout on the floor. Coach Jeff Kaminsky calls it. So with 13:57 to go, we've got a 10-point game. And the Vikings ripped off 4 straight after the Jimmies ripped off 3 straight. But since then, the Jimmies on an 11-0 run, and they're getting it done on both ends of the floor, Mark.
At Jamestown, riding the momentum here, having their conference opener at home against their rival. Good student crowd on hand. And if you're the Vikings, you really need to withstand that early momentum from the Jimmies. But right now, they're not doing a good job. Jamestown making shots.
At Jamestown, what an incredible season that they've had, and they've made shots all season long. They're shooting 47.6% for the season, averaging 85 points per game, but in their last 8, they're averaging 97.75 points per game.
They're shooting 36% from three-point range this season, which is great as a team.
It's the best offense since their 2003-2004 team, which did very well as Tucker forces the issue there. Cedric Smith to clean up the trash.
Good follow there by Cedric Smith, running the floor. The big man is, and gets rewarded.
First 2 points for Smith. The largest lead of the game for Jamestown is 12. And their offense looking good as we expected. Valley City State in a bit of a slump lately. This is Elwood Ellenson, and he's fouled. Ellenson, we'll talk plenty about him throughout the broadcast, comes from an incredible family. Number 34 for the Vikings. His little brother, the number 4 overall recruit in high school basketball, has committed to play at Marquette, but could have played wherever he wanted. In fact, he turned down offers from the University of Kentucky and Michigan State to play at Marquette, where his older brother plays, who of course is also Elwood's older brother. As it's Ellenson setting the high screen. A foul off the ball will be called against Jamestown.
A very good basketball lineage there in the Ellenson family. I believe the father played overseas, if I'm not mistaken, and him and Coach Kaminsky worked together at one point in their careers.
He actually played at Madison and Marquette, did their dad. As this shot's off the mark, Ellenson did well to tip it back out, and Croplin knocks down the 3.
Croplin, a bit of an X factor for the Vikings. The shot hasn't been falling, kind of inconsistent this year, but if he's on, he could drop 15 on threes easy tonight.
There's no doubt about that. In his high school senior season, he shot 46% from three-point land. 46. Newton gave it off at the last second, and Kawan Davis wasn't really expecting it. So 16-7, the Vikings are within 9 here. Just over 7 minutes gone by in the first half. This is Croplin again on right wing. Ellenson was bumped again.
Jimmy foul on number 22, Kawan Davis.
Kawan Davis picks up the foul. That's his second personal. That is the 4th against the Jimmies. 1 away from the bonus are the Vikings. Croplin weaving his way in. Other side, it's Riley West, the point guard for Valley City State. West losing it. And a foul will go against Valley City State.
Viking foul on number 13, Riley West.
Bit of a frustration foul there for West after losing the ball in traffic. Just trying to get it back, working hard, but going a little bit too hard.
Now, Riley West, such an important player for this Valley City State team. Jeff Kaminsky, who you just saw on your screen, said that if this Vikings team is going to make a run, Riley West is going to be playing well at the end of the season. Offensive foul here against Jamestown.
And Riley West, as a junior, he's the elder statesman here on the team. No seniors anymore for Valley City State after Russell Robinson. His playing eligibility was done at semester break. So West is a newcomer, but he's a guy they're going to rely on for leadership this season.
He spent 2 years at St. Cloud Technical College, where he holds the game records for points in a game at 36 and assists in a game at 13. He's also the career leader there at St. Cloud Technical College in free throws made. Good addition for Valley City State. Croplin opted for a shorter shot, and it was short. Jamestown, the long rebound. Here's Tucker ahead of the pack. Tucker off back iron, and a foul call.
Tucker so tough in transition, gets out. Good pass ahead by Johnson to hit him, gets that one-on-one and draws the foul.
Viking foul on number 21, Mac Croplin.
You can almost put it in the books for Tucker already, whether he's going to finish in transition or whether he's going to get fouled and go to the line and potentially get his points at the free throw line. Off the mark on the first. Last time University of Jamestown and Valley City State matched up was back on February 19th of 2014. And that was a blowout. Jamestown winning 89-50. However, the season series since 2005 has gone the way of the Vikings. 11 of the last 19 have been won by Valley City State. 1 of 2 for Tucker. And the Vikings down by 10. And it'll remain that way after the missed jump shot. That was Marcus Weeks recently checked into the game. Taylor Newton finding Matt Wingo. And that's off back iron, nothing doing. Riley West, the rebound after a short break on the bench. He's back in there for Jeff Kaminsky's team. Ellenson working on Smith. Strong move, and he's going to the line. Elwood Ellenson with one more coming. Such an important addition to this Valley City State team with Russell Robinson no longer playing, as Robinson only had 1 semester of eligibility this year. So he basically had the choice whether to play in the first half of the season or the second half of the season. For academic concerns, he played in the first half of the season. And kind of on the flip side, Ellenson transferred from Bemidji State, as we got a lane violation here. So do not count the free throw.
Yeah, Ellenson stepped over the line there a little bit early.
So Ellenson transferring from Bemidji State, by the rules, he had to sit out for 16 weeks. So he's still kind of getting his feet wet with this Valley City State team. But anybody who's 6'8" and with that athletic build and comes from that kind of family is certainly a welcome addition on any team.
Yeah, great athleticism. You see him contribute immediately on defense. His offense still coming around a little bit for the Vikings.
And his man gets by him there as Jacob Havron puts it in. The native of Hawaii. Back to a 10-point lead for the Jimmies.
Great cut to the basket by Havron there. Caught Ellenson sleeping on defense.
Fadeaway baseline shot. Won't go for Rambo. Fighting for it is Ellenson. And it's the Jimmies who come up with it. And here's Braquan Tucker. Tucker trying to go behind his back. He lost it. Weeks took it away. And now Weeks penetrating off the glass. He drew a foul. Marcus Weeks to the line. A good job in transition by the freshman.
Jimmy's number 14, Sam Johnson.
Weeks can be counted on to give the Vikings a little bit of an offensive spark off the bench. We'll see him occasionally throughout the night subbing in.
Has scored as many as 14 points this year. In fact, Valley City State has had a number of players that have contributed with some pretty high point totals. And obviously, same can be said for the University of Jamestown. They're a deep team. We got a lot of scorers in this game, no doubt. Missed free throw there by Weeks. 6-footer from Yuma, Arizona.
One of 6 freshmen on this Viking team. Very young squad for Valley City State. Freshmen and sophomores pretty much all the way around.
And that's certainly one of the storylines that we can look at this game. Valley City State, kind of the young I want to say inexperienced team, but certainly haven't played together as much as this University of Jamestown team, who lost Mark Hogue, who of course was the MVP of the conference last year and an All-American. But really, that's it.
Yeah, and we've seen Tucker definitely fill his shoes offensively, stepping up as that playmaker guard for the Jimmies. Mark Hogue definitely, though, a huge loss. He did it really on both ends of the court. A great defensive player as well.
Yeah, the 7th leading scorer in program history is a big three-pointer from deep. Britton Busman. First 3 of the game.
And Vikings have done a good job of slowly working their way back into this contest.
Havron working on Saavedra. Saavedra got a hand in there, and he's called for the foul. So Jacob Havron to the line. As we take another look on the Bismarck Cancer Center replay, Saavedra getting big minutes in this one, and Havron a good move underneath. And a sophomore got Saavedra to jump.
Yeah, nice little up and under, got Saavedra off balance.
9:24 to go in the first half. It's a 6-point game from Jamestown.